Hello, everybody. Going to apologize for my voice. I have been having a bit of issue with my voice, but if you all will be so kind as to bear with me, I'm sure it'll be better by the next time. I want to say thank you very much for popping in. If you do pop in after the fact, thank you. If you're one who comes and joins me live, thank you as well. I am playing through, I like to play through retro games, of course, so we're finishing up Banjo-Kazooie. But if this isn't something that you're particularly interested in, or if it's something that's not quite your speed, there are a plethora of great channels down below that you might check out. The Siren Ivy at Twitch, my lovely wife, who is always phenomenal and plays what kind of just feels good, and I think that's a lot of fun. And then we have, of course, Thumbros, who's putting together and running games, speedrunning community, Let's Play, Let's Learn, everything retro, and especially with the NES era, with things like Rygar and Contra. So then we have Ash's channel down below. You can click on that to keep appraised of what's going on. And hopefully as things develop, you'll be inclined to join in and see what all is going to be going on there. That's going to be awesome. Then you also have Viddy Plays and Viddy's Gaming Videos, who both of which have recent uploads that I'm super happy about. Go take a look at that. Viddy's Plays are candid Let's Plays, very fun. And then Viddy's Gaming Videos are critique, reviews, fun, excuse me, just fun thoughts on gaming, you know, kind of video logging or vlogging, I think is how it is, but kind of almost a video diary of experience, and I think that's really cool. And of course, Omega Ace Gaming, who's been playing a fair amount of great games on there, Castlevania Harmony of Dissonance being one of my favorite ones. Very, very worth going and checking out. Good stuff. But if you are, again, if you are somebody who is interested in this, obviously we appreciate you here. Check them out at your leisure. If not, please do feel free to check them out regardless. I'm here, don't go to my channel, you will only find disappointment. That's not true. They will have a way. They will have a way to show you that they are interested in what is to come, whatever and whenever that might be. So, I think that's a nice option to have. But yeah, we started out. We are almost all of the way through Banjo-Kazooie. So yeah, let's do this so that I can get there. Fade this out. Oof. I can never do it right. I have always bang the microphone with my headphones as I try to go and make adjustments to the in-ear volume. And it's my own silly fault for doing it, but yeah, that's just a thing. Alright. There we go. So, when we left off, just so we can see... Click Clock Woods, we haven't done much, but if we take a look, we have everything everywhere else. Rusty Bucket Bay being our longest one at an hour 10. And then everything getting progressively shorter, as you can see. You can kind of see how it's done a really good job of ramping up the difficulty, I think. I've become fixated with this game again, and I don't even have a way to play it again yet. Oh, it's such a good game, though. I'm excited for when you do get the opportunity to. It is such a good game. And it's super pretty, honestly. Let's go ahead and get rid of him. It's super pretty, honestly, for this... for this HD whatever it is. I mean, obviously the textures are Nintendo 64 textures still, but I really like it. And the music, oh, I love the music. You really want great nostalgia anywhere you go? Get this soundtrack. Download the soundtrack on your phone. And just listen to it. So this one's a little trickier because this one does actually have 4 separate worlds for that. That's a feather for feather. It's not worth it. I think for me that's one of the things. I think that's one of the things that that keeps me so interested. Not that I'm not already, but like, I think one of the things that keeps me really interested is having the soundtrack and even just randomly hearing the music will ignite that fun and nostalgic those kind of memories, you know. What were you doing in 1998, right? Were you playing this? We were. Okay. It's kind of hard to tell right there because it's a little dark and the texture's a little... Again, please forgive my voice. I'm hoping it will be better by next time. Oof. But like, I love the color, I love the environment. I mean, all of that is great. This is... And what I really like, what I think they did really well, what I will give to Microsoft, that I think they did really well, is I really think they did a great job of making the, why are you pretending to talk differently? I've been having trouble with my voice over the past couple of days, so I do apologize. It's a little raspy. It's been difficult to get my voice back. Probably because I don't rest it enough, but that's okay. As long as you guys are okay with it and will bear with me on that. What I was going to say on this, though, is I think one of the things they did do is, despite the fact that this is technically an HD remake, or not an HD remake, but an HD upscale, they did a really good job of making sure that the soul of, like, the quality of life improvements were made without just destroying the soul of the game. Which I actually really like, so... but yeah. But anyway, yeah, no, if you're willing to bear with me, it's just because my, it is just a rough voice. Oof. Although there are still some small gripes about camera angles. One of the this is an old thing that happened, but used to your camera angles would be, they could be blocked by things in the foreground because the camera was a physical object. And so because of that, let's open up summer, that tree branch actually prevented my camera from going through. That's why I worry about, with Banjo ever coming back with a sequel or reboot, I feel like the tone and the feel will be gone. I would have that concern too. I think... Okay, I'm pretty sure I think I need 25 for this one, but maybe 30. I think, again, I think if... Make sure. He's eating all of his acorns. They're super cute. I think, I don't disagree with you. I do think that there are some companies that could do it. I would really love for the old Rare team to reunite. There was some rumor about Nintendo getting involved with Rare again somehow, and I don't know in what way that was, but I do know that that was indeed the case, or at least reported. I don't know, let's say not was indeed the case. I know at least it was reported. And I don't know exactly how deep that report was, but there's something really weird and unusual about Banjo-Kazooie. It's difficult to explain. The game just has an off vibe about it. Not in the negative way, it's amazing. It's just always something I feel. It definitely does. It feels, there's some okay, this is gonna sound really weird. To me... Oh, a little Irie. To me, there are some things, there are images in your mind that you conjure with no real reason. It's just they pop up. And then you'll watch something and the image will be put on the screen by somebody else in some way. And then you'll go, oh, wow. You know, in your mind, you're kind of like, oh, wow, you know, I thought of that. I thought I was the only one. And then you realize that somebody else has had a similar thought. And, you know, uh-oh. That's fine. I still have to go back up, but whatever. There's genuinely nothing like this, not even DK. I agree, I think this is definitely better than even those two. As much as I like them. Okay, there we go. I gotta get back up on the climbing path. Yeah, watch me fire those. There we go. That way I don't run any risk of accidentally just getting knocked out of the air completely. I feel like, anyway, I feel like that those images that we conjure ourselves, that this somehow was able to put some, I don't know, maybe put some of that into a visual that we wouldn't have thought of, or that we think of, but we don't, you know, almost kind of like the illustration of the collective consciousness. I feel like that, but I could be wrong. But I really love it. It's definitely, and it does. I mean, again, it harkens back to a. I don't know if it's worth saying a better time, but certainly a more innocent time, and a time that I guess I personally did enjoy better. Where games, I don't know, like this is the thing. The game graphics, what I think is so telling to me. And indie games have told the same story very, very well, is the graphics of this game aren't ridiculous. The concept of this game isn't incredible. The story of this game isn't, you know, like think about this. The story of your other game, it's like, you know, The Last of Us 2. Right? Oh, I know. I always hate the spring one because I always do that. It's not its fault, it's mine. It's just I hate it for that reason. But anyway, like The Last of Us 2, it's like, oh, this game's graphics are not good enough. I didn't like the story, I didn't like the characters. And granted, it is trying to be a story game. I get that. But a lot of people, that's kind of the... There we go. I forgot about it. You have to grow the flower here. It's not the Conker's Bad Fur Day flower, so no censorship required. But like, I think we measure all of the things up to that kind of a level. Oh, The Last of Us 2, it didn't have the graphics weren't quite the best because I saw Ellie's this clipping through that, or I didn't like this character because, you know, and don't get me wrong. Am I going to take an actual death here because I was silly and got knocked into the... Alright, fine. I'll do the B part first then. Yeah, 25. We had enough when we started. But like, we measure it up to all of that and we say, oh, okay, you know, it doesn't have all of these things. I don't like, and it doesn't mean you can't like the story or doesn't mean you can't dislike the characters, but we metric everything up against that. And this one, it's, hey, you're a silly bear. It's hey, you're a silly bear on a silly quest. You know, You're going to you're going through a witch's castle. She's trying to rob Beauty. If I'm not mistaken. I still have to reach up here because you can't get through this with the bee. But it's you know you can't. We're not. I guess we're not measuring this. It's so harshly. It's just, hey, it's a witch. She's having trouble believing she's having trouble with her self-image. Sorry, I'm having trouble with my voice. And she wants to take the beauty from a bear? There we go. All right. I don't know. I guess that's what I'm saying is like the premise of this game is absolutely and utterly ridiculous, and yet we love it, and we love it for a good reason, I think. And it's because it's fun. It isn't about any of the it's not about any of the award-winning thises and that's. It's just fun to play. It's fun to jump. That's the thing, is it's fun to jump from... Look at Mario. It's fun to jump from platform to platform. No story at all. No story that makes sense. Really not story at all. In Super Mario World, you learn you save the princess at the end, but like, as far as... I don't think I have a way to break that up, actually, so... As far as the beginning of the game, you start off, you're jumping, essentially all you're doing is jumping into, a series of holes. Or jumping over a series of holes. That's the story for you. You're this guy, don't know who he is, don't know what he does. Jumping, trying to avoid, but jumping into a series of holes or over a series of holes. And congratulations! I mean, that's the game. You've got 8 worlds of this, 4 levels per world. It's not. I don't know. I don't think it needs to be that complicated. I'm gonna go ahead and get that door before I leave Summer. I think I need to leave. I think the bee can be the bee in all. If I'm not mistaken, the bee can be the bee in all 4 worlds. But he's not useful in all 4 worlds. I may take a death here, but we'll try not to. I don't need a single ounce of story in the game. Are there games? Oops. Are there games that I love when the story is a huge part of the game? 100%. BioShock's top 5 game for me, but I don't need it. But I also think that there's a difference between. I think there's a difference in how you do the story in the game, right? Okay, I tried. I knew it was coming. That's okay, though. We're fine. All the birds will be back, and the little bird cutscene will be back, too. I think there's also... You can also tell quite a bit when, the story is cared about, and when there's a phrase, I think, in cinema. Let's go ahead and knock you out. There's a phrase in cinema called Oscar bait. It's when, and I think it's a critic phrase or whatever, but anyway, the point is it's supposed to be when somebody intentionally makes a story that's supposed to be like a tearjerker or a, and it's the story when you dig really deep down, people don't really seem to care about it. It's just something that seems like it would get an award. Oh, it was shot in black and white, and people cried in it, and it has this actor in it, and da-da-da. And, I feel like that's where the stories go a lot of times now. It's like, oh, let's have that one tearjerk moment. I don't think there are a lot of good... BioShock had a great twist. That was a good moment. I don't feel like that was Oscar bait because I think it was in the time when that wasn't a term. It's another good one that has that. Gears of War 2. Oh my goodness. Gears of War 2 has an amazing emotional part to it that is kind of a twist. And the first, I haven't played 5. I've played 1 through 4, and I can tell you that 1 through 4. I can tell you that 1 through 3 are great, or pretty good, I'd say. And they do a good job, and the story is just, just enough to, not complain about, I guess. There are some extra, books and stuff on it, too, which, which actually help add some really cool lore, I think. But that's when it comes to story, I like, everything else is kind of trying to emulate that quote-unquote Oscar bait, that, I'm going to write the story, I'm going to film the whole movie in black and white, and it's going to have this stylized this, and we don't need that. Oh, you son of a gun. I'll take that from you. It's really nice. It really satisfies to get one piece of life taken, and then to take that exact piece of life right back from them. I guess technically you took one life more because you also took their life, but you don't get a honeycomb for it, so... That sounds really self-serving, doesn't it? That sounds really awful. Let's try to do this again without falling. The platforming is really good here. It's just me. There are a couple of things I can get iffy on, but the platforming's pretty solid, to be fair. There's some tight jumps, but it's not like Castlevania, Dracula's Curse tight or anything like that. There we go. Okay, I believe I think there's a honeycomb in here. Did I technically need it? No. Did I want it? Yes. I thought there's a honeycomb up here. Oh, no, God. Ah, shoot. Alright, well. That was an accidental waste of a feather. No, it's a 1-up, and... Let me look from the door here. I could have sworn that there was a honeycomb in here. Maybe it isn't. I also don't know what these little wiggly things are. These right here. I never understood what these are supposed to be, but they're uncomfortable because they grow inside of... Clanker. Alright, well. Alright. Honeycomb piece isn't there, I guess. The other thing are the notes, which I think I have all of. So, down we go. Oh wait, I don't need that. Nah, I wasted another one. I don't need any more Mumbo Skulls. That was the last transformation. There's also a lot of great cross-pollination in this. That right there, that's naughty. Right. Naughty, for anybody who wants to know the cross-pollination, is actually the first, third, and fifth boss, or first, third, and sixth boss in the original Donkey Kong Country game. Naughty, very naughty, and extremely naughty. So you even get a little crossbleed of characters, which I think is really cool. Okay, there's going to be some back and forth because I don't remember exactly how much. I know I think I have to be the bee in the summer as well, but I'm not going to do it first. I think I'm going to go and... and do it this way. Feed me 5 caterpillars. It's a cute little eagle. Also, the caterpillars are very cute. Look at that. I also like how the little elves have their, I don't know what these are supposed to be, elves I guess, they've got they're like, it's too hot outside. But yeah, I don't know. I think this did a great job in focusing on exactly what it needed to, which was to be fun, and it happens to also be incredibly catchy when you're dealing with like the music and the sounds and you like the characters. He's so happy. Alright, we don't actually need this Mumbo token, but we can take it if we want. This is actually even too steep for the Talon Trot, believe it or not. We don't get to go back in until... autumn, I believe. And I believe the autumn switch is over here. There we go. This is kind of an interesting concept, honestly. I think this is really what kind of inspired Banjo-Tooie, which arguably, Banjo-Tooie is one of the best sequels for a video game ever. I can't think of, it's certainly in the top 3 of sequels. I can't think of very many others that are as good. That's a good, I guess that's a good question to ask, is what would, if you had to take into consideration sequels as the dominant reason to buy the games, what sequel would cause you to buy, what sequel would be, you play basically the second one before the first one, what sequel was so good that it warranted you buying the original game to figure out what the hubbub was about? Even if the original game wasn't as good. Oh, dang it. Oh, well. I only remember a few portions of Banjo-Tooie. Banjo-Tooie had a lot. The thing I think was great, it was very ambitious for its time. It does have a lot of criss and cross, and the parts that I remember, and I'm sure the parts that you remember, are probably going to be very similar. Like, I'll bet you probably remember Witchy World. And I'll bet you probably remember Glitter Gulch Mine. And then I'm going to believe that when it comes to maybe Pterodactyland. And then I'm going to say when it gets to be Grunty Industries, probably not as much. Maybe I'm wrong. Street Fighter 2 is the best example of terms in terms of a great sequel. Although the realization that Street Fighter 1 isn't good doesn't take long when you... No. Fighting Street. It is interesting. Okay, fine. It is interesting, I think, how that does happen. I like his. I do wish there are parts when it comes to story. I do wish that there were parts that they had realized. Again, originally they said that Mumbo's mask was welded onto him basically as a curse from Grunty. I think that was how it was in the. I think that's how it was in the book, if I'm not mistaken, the little booklet that comes with it. I really wish they would have shown that, but instead they kind of doubled down and was like, okay, Banjo-Tooie, here's his mask is now a helmet. Covers the whole head. That's the other thing about it, for me, I mean, fighting games do get better, I think. But I also think it's very difficult, I would hope, to get worse as a fighter, since all of the things you need to get better on as a fighter are already in the first one, and then the idea is just to tighten them up a bit. Oh, dang it. We'll take that one back, too. I don't know. For me, I think Banjo-Tooie is probably really good. Probably one of them. Maybe, Halo 2 is probably pretty good. Gears of War 2, I argue, is much better than the first one, even though the first one's pretty good. But I do think Banjo-Tooie is in a different league altogether, truthfully. Okay, these do get me a little bit because you in spring you kind of have to hug close, and in the summer you don't. You actually need to go for the wide area. So but I think something I think I also color this a little bit myself with my own. Not like I don't like summer in real life, and I think part of me carries that into the game when it's not anything to do with the game. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, this is summer for sure. Everything sucks, and it's like, oh, it's just you're sucking at the game. You're not doing a good job of standing on the leaves that they've put there for you. In this case, you've well, okay, that one might not have been entirely me, but even still, the other first three were. The other thing that I'm curious as to when it comes to this is, with retro games. Oh, there we go. With retro games, are we happy, or are we? I know my answer. Are you happy that this is what came out of it, or would you have enjoyed or preferred? Why can I never get that? Why do I don't know what I'm not doing. Or are we interested to know what Project Dream might have actually come out to be? Because seeing the footage of Project Dream was pretty cool. I mean, this was a complete 180 from what Project Dream was going to be. And Project Dream to me looked like N64 Fable, which, Fable, I like that game. That may be another game that I try to play on the channel at some point. I have not played it in a minute, but I really enjoyed it. Okay. Why I couldn't have done that the first time, I don't know. My own stupidity. That's my fault. There we go. Gotta figure out which direction I'm going before I'll make the jump. Not that it helps, but I'm just gonna try it. Okay. I'm very prone to that bad habit of where you you jerk the thumbstick to overcorrect when you think it's gonna go bad, even if it isn't, because I'm a doofus. So I do that a lot too. Well, now. I gotta just gently. I don't know if I'll be able to make it back, so I may just hit the water on this one, but that's okay if I do. Or no, I'll hit the log, but that's okay still. We got most of what we needed. Cool. Okay. Now we'll have to make our way back up there, but that'll be fine. Also, I'm going to go ahead and agitate the bees. So long as the bulk of the bees doesn't touch you, you're okay. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like that. I feel like we're very demanding on what we want from games, and I think that's perfectly okay. But I think we do it without thinking about how what we used to like hasn't gotten worse. And a lot of people that I've talked to about this have said, well, we've become more sophisticated in our tastes, or more refined in our tastes, because we've had a little of everything. And to some degree, I can agree that that's true. I mean, things are going to improve, and we're going to have a preference on those improvements over... I already have 5, I don't need him. We're going to become more refined in our preferences towards something as we begin to play, with good controls. For example, I can argue that while I still love them myself, it is difficult to go back to Resident Evil tank controls when the remakes have actually done a pretty darn decent job of making a... Okay, this one I get bombarded with bees, I believe. Zubas, I think. Yep, Zubas. And I think, I gotta remember... I didn't remember it being this difficult. My goodness. My goodness. I'll do it again, though. I'm glad I can play pretty much anything from back in the day and still find enjoyment in it. I think that's great. The thing about it is, like, I can understand when somebody, like, for example, somebody tells me I would rather play the Resident Evil 2 remake. Do I have to get all 5 of the caterpillars again? If I do, that's fine. That's not a big deal. I can understand if somebody told me, hey, I want... I want to play... oh, shoot, I have to... But, okay, we'll see if the notes and such are still behind this. If not, I don't have to re-get any of that. No, I still have to do the events, but I don't actually have to... Okay, that's fine. And he clips through you. You used to be able to use him to push you up there, but now you can't do that. Like, if somebody came up to me and said, oh, I really prefer the Resident Evil 2 remake to the old one because I don't like the tank controls, I would be like, sure, I get that, that's fine. But for someone to be like, you know what, I'd really rather play that because, have you played this game Resident Evil 2 because this old one they had on the PlayStation was just utter garbage? It's like, no, you had to have been there. It was still fun, it still works, I can still play it and enjoy it, I just understand why the upgrade has some appeal. And then there are games that we learn, from back in the day. We do look back and we're like, I still love it, but I can see where this was absolutely a mess, I'm trying to think of what game that might be. What would be a good game? Well, okay, here's a good question. What is a game that you enjoyed that you would say is a guilty pleasure game, or a game that you don't think most people would probably enjoy? And it doesn't matter if they do, it's just one of those, I'm thinking about it. This is something I think. Hey, Thelma, how you doing? I'm gonna try not to completely blow it and die a million times, but I can't tell you that that's gonna be the case. Okay, well, I did that one a lot better. No worries at all. I think for me, it's far more guilty pleasure movies as opposed to... Yeah, I think that's probably... And to be fair, you should never feel guilty. I say that's the term because we know colloquially what that means, but you should never feel guilty for anything if you like it, so long as it's, I mean, obviously if you're watching things you shouldn't be watching, like films with actual violence, where people were actually, hurt or something like that. I know that there are people that do enjoy that, but I think that's kind of, but other than that, I think that's, as long as you enjoy it, it's fine. I've never understood guilty. Embrace it. I think the guilty pleasure thing is well, so for example, if somebody came up to me and said, my favorite game on earth is Ride to Hell Retribution. Okay, I may cock an eyebrow at that. Will I say that they're, less valid gamer, this and that? No, that's silly. But, no. But I would look at them and be like, really? Like, that's your favorite one? Okay, that kind of, you do give kind of a, it's hard not to, you do kind of give this like, oh, well. Like Beverly Hills Ninja could be seen as a bad movie. Oh, it's so good, though. I like that one. That's a good call. Christian Bale said that's his favorite movie. That's awesome. I like Christian Bale. That's an interesting pick. I actually just saw the movie The Gentleman, the Guy Ritchie film. I actually quite like Guy Ritchie as a director. And saw The Gentleman, and it's him and Matthew McConaughey, Charlie Hunnam, and who else is in it? Shoot. Hugh Grant, who does a brilliant job. My goodness. I really liked it, too. I thought that was pretty great. Let's jump down and see how our little squirrel buddy is doing. He ate all of his. And he... Nice. I like Christian Bale because he does movies that interest him. Yeah, that's a good... I mean, that is a quality that a lot of people, when asked about... A lot of actors, when asked about their desire in artistic pursuits, several will admit that it's got to be about the money. And we put a. Can I make a commentary, and nobody be completely upset with me about something that I don't like? It has nothing to do with. It has nothing to do with. Okay. Oh, let it come again. Am I not hitting it? I guess so. Alright. 95%, let's see, 95% of the movies I love would probably be considered guilty pleasure. That's fun. That was a funny quote from Michael Caine about being a jealous for something like, no, I haven't seen the movie, but I've seen that. Yeah, he did say something like that. And it's the thing, like, Sir Michael Caine has literally taught the class on how to be one of the best actors of all time. I've been a fan of him since Sleuth. It's so hard to hit him, but it's much worse if I fall. There we go. Wasted like 30 eggs. Oh, and I may fall anyway. I was trying to adjust the camera as I did that. I was wondering this the other day. What do you think is the most viewed movie of all time? Most viewed movie? Most eyes on it ever? probably one of the classics, Gone with the Wind, Casablanca, or even Citizen Kane. A, because they're touted as the best of the best. I know I'm not getting it. I'm just walking around this wasting time, but A, because they're touted as the best of the best, and so I think people feel a compulsion to watch them. And B, because it's been enough time that more eyes will have watched it than just those that are alive now. Gone with the Wind. Yeah, all right, yeah. That would be one of my thoughts as well, yeah. And our little eagle guy's tired. There he goes. The thing that I was going to opine on when it comes to this is that money has become so worthless. Not that you can't buy things and live to an extent, but like, money isn't worth what it used to be in terms of help people make ends meet. And it's a motivator now that is even more to people the incentive to do whatever gets you the money against whatever gets you the whatever you're aspiring for, the art, the project, whatever, you know. I think this is just the same. I don't think that anything else changes up here. No. You have actors that are willing to, you have people that are willing to say, well, I'm more of a man or more of a woman than you because I make more money. I'm more successful objectively than you. I'm more intelligent than you. Even though because I have more money, even though I did things I didn't want to do to get the money, I'm better than you. I don't like that. We've just decided that we would strip the passion and the art from everything and make it about how wealthy you could get by doing it. So, I know I'm not breaking edge. I'm not breaking anything a cutting edge. I'm not, some edgy teenager. But I don't know. I feel like that's what we've done to money. Or money's done to us, one of those. Let's see. Here's a weird take from me. You know how much I love horror. It's my favorite. I have an unhealthy obsession with the genre, but Psycho is a bit overrated. Yeah, it is. Alfred Hitchcock in general was, I think, fairly overrated. He wasn't, not that he was bad, it was just, there was one I think called And Then There Were None, and then there was one that like that. I liked that, and that may have been the best that I had seen, but beyond that, it was like, eh. Yeah, no. Psycho's a 10 on 10 from you. And that's fair. It's great. I don't think... again, we're all going to look at it through a different lens, too. Psycho took some big risks. It definitely did that, and it did scare the actress at the time. I think she said she was, for a long time, afraid to go into her own shower without closing and locking the door behind her and all these other different things. And I'm sitting there going, I understand that. I don't think... I think 10. Yeah, okay. That's fine. I already have 2 from the last world. Do I get to keep those? I hope I did. We also still have no more need for the Mumbo Skulls. Did I get to keep them? I got to keep them. Haha, so I only actually have to find you 8. I think. I think that a lot of those are the case. It's very difficult. Again, for me, it's very, very difficult to say. It's also always going to be, how do I want to say this? It's always going to be looked at through the lens, or it should be, and to some extent, looked at through the lens of the time. And say, okay, well, Psycho did this. Okay, well, let's stack it up to other movies that were coming up around that time. Here we are. Hold on here. I've got to figure out what the heck. Hey there, how are you doing? I don't know if we've seen you in here. This is, I've been playing Banjo-Kazooie to 100%. Welcome in, though. Good to see you. You'll have to forgive me if you are someone who has been here before, for not recognizing the name. I have trouble with that, with remembering the icon. That's my own failing, but I do have trouble with that. But welcome in, nonetheless. We talk about all kinds of random stuff. I remember playing this on Xbox Arcade. So yeah, I'm playing the Rare Replay version, Series X version. However, to date myself a smidge, the first time I played this game was on cartridge in 1998 or 98 actually, because it would have been around launch, which I believe was, yeah. So I've been around a minute. You're new here. Well, welcome in. You'll have to forgive me, I don't normally sound like I'm growling. I've just had issues with my voice the past several days, so now getting that back. And so I hope you'll bear with me. Normally I'm a little bit more soft-spoken. I don't know if that's appropriate to say, but my voice is a little less aggressive. As I say, I don't think I technically can, because I can't climb that either. That's fine. But welcome in, nonetheless. A pleasure to see you. Again, the entire purpose of this, I want to be very upfront in case you're expecting or wanting something specific. For me, the purpose of this channel is just to play games and to talk with good people. It's not anything special. I'm not claiming to be a professional. I'm not perfect or anything. I just have fun playing video games, and a lot of people seem to have fun getting to come in and talk and play some of these along with me, and so that's what I aim for. I'm not a subscriber, what is it, like, comment, subscribe kind of guy. You do what you want to do. I just want you to have fun with whatever you choose to do. That's my idea. So I hope that is appealing to you, or that at least there's something that could that you might enjoy from that. Perfect. That worked out well. Good. Okay. The bull can't be killed. Yeah, he's always going to catch you. He'll certainly, I might just take a death right there. There were no iframes at all. You only see him in like 3 places. You only see him in the first world, this world, and I think that's it. I think it's first world, this world, and the outer world. Do I have any more? Yeah, I do. All right, let's see. Let's see. I like New Hope more than Empire. I don't need to defend myself. I have another friend who also he prefers A New Hope better. I do like Empire better myself, but I do love A New Hope. But then right after that's Episode 3 for me, and Episode 3 wasn't even a thought when I was. So it's, I mean, teach their own, right? It's gotta be. It's gotta be. I'm also not perfect. That's thinking. Don't mess with the bull, you get the horn. No kidding. Well, and when you slide down, it just doesn't give you any invulnerability whatsoever. So I was just trying to get away from there. And but I was already in Talon Trot. I should have recognized that. I have the actual N64 game, an actual N64, but not this game. I want to get it, but fake cartridges have the ROM, which is well known for the anti-piracy measure. Yeah, Well, and also if you play, depending, right? If you play certain games on the quote-unquote pirated copies, then you end up with, you know, bricked consoles and stuff like that. Which, to be fair, the only one I would even worry about breaking a console is DK64. And not even for being on a fake console, but just for like trying to use Game Genie with it, it would do that, so. It'd be good to be done with this bramble in winter. Okay, so I think almost everything that needs to be done here is being done. I need to revisit this one as the bee, I believe, so I think I'm going to make a nice little jump and go and... No, I need the winter switch. What am I thinking? My goodness, yes. I need to open winter first and then I can do it. My goodness. Runs so bad on N64. I hope it gets... It runs... What, ironically, it runs really well on is the... Ash, don't heckle me for this. The Wii U. Actually, it runs pretty well on. I am very much a fan of the Wii U, as anyone who has heard me talk on it will say. And if you happen to have one, it actually does a pretty darn good job on having DK64. Now, the Wii U eShop is shut down, but you can still use file injects if you need to, so long as, I would argue, so long as you own a copy of the game. If, you know, that's probably ideal, but even still, nobody can make money anymore from the digital stuff on the Wii U, so I can't do anything about that. But anyway, it runs the, whoa. There we go. It runs the game really well, my point being. I don't think there's anything in here anymore. It's it's Alucard. This isn't retro. It's Alucard. Somebody who can, they're allowed to. They're allowed to be mental, but it's all subjective. Good lord, what a change that would be. I don't know where retro is, but just go along with it in case the guy gets annoyed. Oh no, it's me. I just have a harder voice right now. You can say someone can like that more than Empire, but I'd say I disagree with that part. Yeah, me too. Yep. Disgusting behavior. I think The Last Jedi is my least favorite Star Wars movie. I kind of give the Star Wars trilogy sequels all thumbs down. I do too. 7's harmless. 8 is my least favorite. 9 is okay. I don't like 9. It's not good as a story, but they did at least try to introduce some... they tried to introduce some things that I can appreciate. I know they were damage control, but but I would say they were fun for what they were. Like the fact that Sith had had artifacts that we had finally gotten to see, Force powers that we finally got to see, although I wish we would have seen them sooner, like Force Heal was kind of neat, you know. Demonic retro. Nah, I'm not bad. I'm not demonic. Gotta figure out how to fall on that flower correctly. Possessed by the demon that makes people play stupid music games about kazoos and ocarinas. Well, I mean, now that bug is a bug I may have. I definitely enjoy those things. Okay. Let's see. So we have how many? 8 of the caterpillar. There are caterpillars. There's one here. That's 9. And I think the floor on this is complete. So I think so. Good. And in winter, I believe it's all closed up even, so we have to go and feed the bird. Which I hope there's one more up here. I'm pretty sure there is. And whoever built this was a brilliant carpenter, because they had this right here. I mean, you could technically say this would work. Not well at all. At all. This is not safe, but like, you could technically get the boards to float. Oh my goodness, I gotta collect 6 acorns for you. And I gotta find another caterpillar for Airy. Yeah, I know where some are. Collectathon it is. Okay. Episode 7 was a thumbs up on the first viewing, 8 and 9, and on the revisit, some thumbs down. The thing about the way that I mean, that's perfectly okay, and I can understand that. The reason I look at 7 as harmless is because it was basically 4 again. It wasn't as good, but it wasn't obtrusive, I don't think. For me, 8 was just flat out obtrusive. It was an offense to the senses. And then 9 wasn't good, but there were cool things we got to see. I guess I was going to say spoiler alert, but if you can believe it, the movie is half a decade old. So, let's see, I think he has one in here already. Couldn't be bothered to go and look, huh? Yeah, if you can believe it, half a decade has already passed. There's the 10th worm. Good. I got into speedrunning Mario 64 some time ago. I got my PB to 20. My goodness. That's fantastic. I can barely get to the title screen in 21 minutes. Hasn't got enough acorns. Yeah, I know. Let's see. I was not paying attention. Alright, I'll do it this way. Not the safe way, but whatever. Alright, I seem to have done fine, I guess. Yeah, no kidding. It's that 16 stars category. If she says that it is, if she says that that's the 100 and whatever, then Siglemic had better hang up his controller. Because that is insanity if that's the case. Very precise game, but it feels good. Can you do the... so I saw this, so I'm assuming that this also uses that strategy where you clip the button a bunch and then it basically bottom bumps Mario all the way up to... bottom bumps Mario all the way up the stairs past the normal loop trigger. Okay, I'll actually have one worm more. See, that's awesome. I think that's really cool. I don't know why it doesn't just throw them all and be like, hey, 10 worm. Oh well. Glitchless, but it's more of a preference. Oh, there he goes again. Alright, buddy. It's all good. Alright, the flower is over there. And I'm pretty sure yet again that the vine thing up here hasn't changed, but I'll check it probably just about each time, just to be sure. Also, I think there's an acorn up there. I feel glitchless take way more time. They probably do. The thing about it is, they're both an art form. In one, you have the purity of being able to play the game as it was intended to be played incredibly quickly. But then on the other side of the spectrum, you have someone who's able to break the game artfully. Is that a good way to say that, I guess? And I like to see I do like to see the glitches. I will say that much. I'm not good at them, but I do like to see them. I think they are fun. Yeah, I've got to go back and figure out where the heck all of the acorns are. I'm missing 3. Surely one is here, up here. This new bridge. Oof. That's another thing. I never thought about that, but my goodness. Okay. That gives me 4. I feel respect for glitchless. Yeah, I mean, and there's definitely preference to them. I mean, they wouldn't both exist as a category, I think, unless they both had utility. Alright, well, here are the other 2, one of which is going to require me to die. It isn't. I just have to flutter perfectly back onto this bridge. I think that might be the first time in playing this game for 20 plus years. I think that might be the first time I've actually landed on the bridge and not had to climb right back up. BLJ. Feel glitch. Okay, I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. Top Mario 64 runners are terrifying. They play the game really, really well, and they're like, nah, runs. Yeah, that's how a lot of them. When you escalate it to an art form, that's a lot of them. It's just like, what happened? Well, my record time is 2.5 seconds. I turned the game on, and then it says you win, and I didn't have optimal strat in switch, flipping the switch strat or whatever, I don't know. And you're like, oh, okay, well, you did just create the world record. You just passed Mario 64 106 stars or whatever the heck it is in 2 seconds and 2.1, whatever seconds, and they're like, could have done it in 2. And then you roll the windows of your car up and realize the interview probably shouldn't have taken place. I used to like it when everybody just kind of had fun with it, though, and it was like some of my favorites were back in 2013, I think, and it was just like the Funk Dock runs and stuff like that, where you had it was just fun. Maybe back in a second, gotta do some things. No worries. It was just, I don't know, it was fun. But, I don't know, maybe it is. I forgot I was collecting gingers. I should probably pay attention. I'll go this way. I should probably pay attention. I believe the blue one is in winter. I think the yellow one may, actually, I think I may have already passed the yellow one. I believe he's in summer. Or she's in summer, I don't know what they are. On the way back, nonetheless. All right. For me, I mean, I don't really know any glitchy ones. I know how to go quickly. I know how to go quickly in the game, but I don't know. I don't think I know how to do it other than just to play the game quickly, Again, DKC 3. I did, and it was still not that quick. It was still like 2 hours, but I had fun with it, and I didn't use any glitches as far as I know. It was just about playing the game as quickly as I could, and hitting the buttons in the right pattern. A game like Contra and Ninja Gaiden literally have literally zero glitches. I usually opt for those runs, but that's the beauty of games and which speedruns you want to try. Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's completely fair. To perform those, learn to perform a PB, so I have respect for her for that. The only game I think I'd even remotely tip a speedrun would be Shovel Knight and SF2, which I think that would be awesome, though. Honestly, I think, that, I think I'm gonna go, I'm pretty sure that I didn't get the Genjo in summer. It's yellow, right? No, I'm fairly certain that that's the one in summer. And the blue one's in winter, because I think they actually tried to color hide. If I'm not mistaken, the yellow one's hiding in the yellow grass over here. So, wait, is it over here? It's not far from the beginning, I'm pretty sure. Oh, it's right there, literally right there. Okay. I remember it hiding in the grass, I just didn't remember where in the grass exactly, and I knew it wasn't far off, so... And then the blue one I think is over... I know it's in winter, I believe it's in... I think it's in Mumbo's hut, or somewhere around it at least. We'll find out. Was it... Your run of it was a speed run. You were going as fast as you can. I think if you ran up against a timer, you would lower your time. I would love to do that. I heard someone call them Genj. I'm assuming that that's supposed to be a hard G. Genjos the other day. Genjos? It starts with a J. I know my brother, when he was younger, you put a much harder emphasis on the I sound as an E, but like it was still Genjo. Okay, well, free for you then. Okay. Just red feathers. Wait, I gotta look. I don't think I think he's. I know he's around here. I don't think he's up here though, because I didn't hear him go help. I wouldn't mind putting myself... I need to learn how to do the timer thing the best way. I have the equipment to do it. I think I need to learn how to do the... Oh, I hear him. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so I am right. He's on top. I was either behind or on top then. It's hard to do this with a flip flap. I may have to... There you go. That's every Genjo collected. That's every Genjo collected in the game. Collected, bear in mind. It's not the last we'll see of them. I missed. Can't even tell if it was a near miss. I just know I missed. Okay, let's try this again. 1 second. There we go. I'm pretty sure that I think there's only one of the snowmen who actually has what I need, which I think he's hiding a witch switch. He's not hiding it, he's just in front of it. There we go. Go ahead And I wish there was a way to have better control of the decline and ascent, but either way. Descent and ascent. There we go, but we got it either way. Shovel Knight's a game I could dig. I honestly think people call them Ginjos so they get more feedback in the comments. I've heard them say. That's... Why? Is that a tactic? Why isn't it... Why does that matter? They're not... Clearly, they're not Ginjos. They don't start with a G. Like, it's not like the acronym GIF or GIF, which starts with a G, where there could actually be some contention. They start with a J, and as far as I know, J never makes the G sound. It makes the... depending on what language you're speaking, it makes the J sound or the Y sound. It sounds either like a J or like a Y. Not that bad. But you know, what do I know? The plant we've made died. That's alright, though. Oh, this is... I remember this. This sucks. We gotta make it to the beaver's house, but under cold water, our air goes quickly. Very quickly. Twice as quick, in fact, as Grunty just highlighted. And that hole that I just came out of is the only way back to the surface, unless you want to die. But we need the honeycomb that's in here. I don't imagine you do. You're sealed in, like... I don't even know what you're eating at this point. What's going on here, bud? Again, I like the fact that he is the bad guy from the... He's technically the bad guy from Donkey Kong Country. I really would love... maybe there is one that somebody wrote, even as a fan fiction, but I would love to read the relationship, the perceived relationship between... there we are. Come on. There we go. Between all of the characters in the Rare universe. I would love that. Oh shoot, something's blocking my... It's blocking my feedback. I couldn't see what was going on. I think is it clicked out of? Now it's done. Okay, I think we're good. Alright. So anyway, yeah. One downside of speedrunning while doing a live stream is that the timer going, there's going to be a chance you'll miss some chat. Yeah, crazy, and apparently people will misspell something in a video or pronounce something completely different on purpose in the hopes of getting more of a reaction. That's silly. One glitchless speedrun I really admire is Celeste. Oh, I like Celeste. Has so many tricks, but they were actually intended. And then one of the actual bugs was actually added to a stage. I love it when... that's another thing I really love that developers do. Some developers do. Is I like it when developers don't take themselves so seriously and look at oh, I've got to patch that. I've got to meet... It's like, no, you know what? Tell you what. Let's leave the bug in, and here's one of the fun things I've seen done. Let's leave the bug in and write lore about why that bug exists, if you can find it, you know? I'm gonna try and take him out real quick. Hey, Aries, all big and good. I don't know if he's good. I assume he's good. I'm gonna take these snowmen out. Okay, I know I also have to do something a little tricky here. Let me get way over here on the outside to do it. There we go. This is a little tricky here. This isn't... But the stakes are a little low because I do have a... There we go. I think this is where the... No. Get lost, you two. Good lord. My goodness. Yeah, that's where the other... Okay, and that should be all of the honeycombs to be collected. I believe. Let's see. Oh, that is amazing. Reminds me of the... Oh, yeah. I'm assuming, I'm sorry if I missed. But, like, yeah, just take the bug. Yeah, exactly like... Ermac is exactly who I was thinking of, right? Ermac stands for still, error macro. That's all it was. And it was literally just a color coding error macro where instead of changing the color of Scorpion, Sub-Zero, all these that were supposed to be the same thing, it was like, no, you know what? Let's make it. He's red. Let's make it something else. And oh yeah, exactly. Oh, there he is with his missus, and they're sleeping. That's nice. All right, guys, I'm not gonna leave you alone. I am gonna leave you alone. I'm sorry. Yeah, and his design. One of the things that I do like, or one of the things that I can appreciate rather, is that they've done a really good job of making him feel like a different character. He's not just red suit, anymore. He's not just red suit anymore. You got these bandage wrappings, and he's got this whole backstory, and it's like, yeah, I'm good with that. But originally, it just meant error macro. Nothing more special than that. Okay, now I can only hold 50 feathers at present, so I am going to get all of the Cheeto books. I've gotten the second one. I'll get the first and third one as well, just to use them in the grunty fight. Oh, right, fine, whatever. Now we're just kind of collecting at this point, which is good. I love how mysterious Mortal Kombat 1 was. Yeah, it was really cool. And that was the thing, too, is you also didn't need much more than... You also don't need much more than... I mean, honestly, you didn't need more than a few color swaps. It was just like, you know what? This one's blue. Oh, and he does ice. This one's yellow. Oh, and he does fire, This one does green. Oh, and he spits acid. Okay. Oh, somehow this one's popping up red. What do we do about that? Ermac. And then the fans get excited, and then all of a sudden the writers are like, you know what? That is cool. What if his ability was he's a bunch of souls cobbled together or something? Anyway. The ninjas haven't been palette swapped since Mortal Kombat. Yeah. It's been a minute, and on top of that, you've got all the other ones that got added. That got everyone looks different now. But how cool is it that think about it? When you draw a picture as a kid, maybe it's just me, but some of the very first things that I would do when I would draw pictures as a kid is it was always just it was almost like the palette swap. It was like, oh, we've got this one, and it's kind of like Power Rangers. Think of that, Power Rangers. When you think about them in video games and in video games, not really in the show. Even they were a palette swap, effectively. If you took away their, oh, this one has the axe. That would be, you'd get that. But, well, dang. All right, well, we'll be fine. There we go. I can see a skit with a confusion between Mortal Kombat 1 and Mortal Kombat. Yeah. I'm just glad I got the experience to experience Playground. I'm just glad I got to experience Playground numbers. Heck yeah. Oh, couldn't see anyone's messages again. I'm sorry. Is it popping up? Ken was a pal. So is it still? Is it better now or? The violence to me in later MK games is a turn off for me. I guess that's what makes me turn into some kind of label. Watch out! There's another Mortal Kombat. Yeah, I don't mind. The violence to me, I think, is part of it. I can understand where people don't care much for it, though, too. And to each their own, I think, in that. You could say that this is potentially Freudian, but I like the idea of having an arena where you aren't hurting anybody, and yet you're able to be as viscerally angry as possible to this animated character or whatever. It's very hard to get him to stand on the little pixel I want him to. There we go. 6 notes after this, and I'm hoping they're all around Irie or Irie's nest. That would make things really nice. I also believe Irie has the last... we're on ice physics, by the way, if you're curious as to why I'm... Oh, well, no, that was just me missing it. That wasn't ice physics at all. That was just me. There we go. Sorry. Fixed on my end. My YouTube's kind of messed up. I wonder why. You got a brand new phone, so I don't think... I would highly doubt it's your fault. There we are. Sorry, I'm going to collect some of this really quickly to get back to where I was. And then after this, we'll go after the... like I said, we'll go after the Cheeto books. And how many do we have? 93, so we need 7 notes. Did I miss a note? On top of that house? Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, I can see that happening. It's more of a preference. No, that's fair. And there's nothing wrong with that. Again, it's... I was opining on how I feel about it, but at the same time, I wasn't meaning to say that you're wrong. Because if that's what you enjoy it for, then that's what you enjoy it for. And I think that should be... I mean, you should enjoy it whatever way you want. 7's an unusual number. 4... Note left behind. 4, 5, 3, and 6, but I don't know about 7. These jumps do get a little constrictive. Let's see. I'll go look from the side and see if I accidentally missed one. But I'll come down here to do it. I need the camera to cooperate with me. Ice physics. That one was ice physics. Whew. Oh, also, if you're wondering how I survived that with the slam, luckily, my trick also works in reverse, so you can slam and then fall off and you won't take damage. Or, if you slam on a sloped surface at the slope, you also won't take damage because it doesn't detect how far down the ground was. But it has to be under a circumstance where you can fall and hit the thing at the same time that you would effectively have started going into, like, your slide animation. So, it's not perfect, but it's not like frame perfect or anything, but it is definitely a trickier one to pull off. I'm very happy I pulled it off. Kano stealing someone's flip phone. That's funny. It was a great object. That's why. That's funny. So I never play the GTA games. I'm not into all that stuff. I don't like. For me, I'm not uber violent. In real life, I'm not violent at all. Oh shoot! I'm having trouble getting up there at all. I just take the flight pad to do it. I don't have very many feathers left, but we'll see how high they get me. That sounds bad out of context, but yeah. Doesn't look Doesn't look like I missed a note. No. So, I guess we're gonna go and see. Okay, we're gonna try and go see Irie. Good lord. Alright. Yeah, for me, like I said, I'm not an uber violent guy, and in real life I'm not violent at all. I'm not a pacifist, but I'm not, like, there's never been a real good reason, or at least not in the past couple of decades, there's not been a great reason to be violent or upset at anybody, or self-defensive in that way. But you do get, I get angry, just like anybody else, and sometimes it's nice to be able to go in and tear into some things that aren't real, and feel that visceral for me, you know, more so than it would be to, maybe go and do something like that for real, which is obviously not good. Or more than it would feel to do nothing about it either, so. Okay, so maybe it is 7 notes, maybe that's where. Let's see if we can talk to Irie and get the jiggy there first. And then I'll just try and brave the platforming of that for the last 6 notes. Still a cute, that's an adorable eagle. I don't mean to come across as a moral guy either. I would play Resident Evil 2 remake, for instance. Although some things I kind of turn away from. No, and that's okay. I mean, if I reveal something about my view on morality, let's say, if I reveal something about my view on morality, will anyone think less of me? I'll reveal it, but, you know, hopefully it won't upset anybody. I am a moral relativist. To summarize my thoughts I want to be very concise, and yet I also don't want to run the potential of upsetting anybody here, but there we go. We'll pretend. I mean, hey, you know what? No, I'm a moral relativist, in which, if you're... What I mean by that, moral relativism, is that I believe that good and bad are dictated by the person, the time, and the circumstance. I don't think... You literally beat up animals in this one. How violent and inconsiderate. I mean, yeah, I'm a big head man. Not really. I try not to be. But I'm a moral relativist, so it means that I believe that morality is not a derivative of a singular code, or even agreed upon code, but it is a derivative of time plus circumstance plus action. So, what you're doing, when you're doing it, and why you're doing it, are all relevant in factoring whether it was good. This was an argument given, I don't know if anyone's a fan of, I don't know how many people in here are a fan of reading, but if you've never read, there's a book called The Republic by Plato, and it's a pretty good book. Well, I'm just gonna... And in it, he writes about a conversation that he apparently has with an old friend of his named Cephalus. And Cephalus is an older man, and he's got this thought on, they're talking about moral and good and all that stuff. And Cephalus says something to the effect of, is it right to have borrowed a weapon from a man and to not return it? And most everybody was like, no, well, that's probably not okay. And he says, well, what if the man's gone mad and you fear that he might use the weapon to hurt others? And they say, well, then it's okay. He goes, but it's his weapon. So it's okay to keep a weapon that belongs to a man under the and it's like, no, there's always a circumstance that makes the normal thing there's almost always a circumstance that makes the normal thing unnecessary or even harmful. So in almost everything, I believe that's me. But anyway, I'm sorry. That's why I can't watch the Saw movies or slashers in general. That's fair. More into emotional horror. Gore doesn't faze me at all. Yeah, everybody's kind of... I think everybody's kind of getting to the point of, desensitized and all that, so I can understand. Let me see. I'm missing some notes. I gotta figure out what those are. Let's go back to spring. Just trying to see if I could figure out... I gotta read and then I gotta figure out where I gotta go. I was trying to figure out what season to go into. This game you're playing right now is too much gore for me. Yeah, I mean, the crabs do break up into little pieces in the oh shoot, what was it? Treasure Trove Cove. Getting up on these little nubs is hard. Okay, there we go. Well, I've done everything I can do as Banjo, so it might. It's gonna be easier to. I'm gonna be a B. It'll be easier to check as a B. You literally just beat... Oh, yeah. We'll pretend not to think less if you don't worry, Play-Doh. Play-Doh, what's his YouTube channel? I'm talking about the Play-Doh. The student of Socrates. So... But, yeah, that's my belief on morality. If you disagree, that's okay. I think that's one of those ethereal topics it's difficult to find agreeance on, and I'm not here to tell anybody they're right or wrong. It's just... So, if we ever have that debate and you're going there, what in the world's he on about? That's usually how I am about it. See if I can see it from the top down. No, those are only eggs. Did you see the trailer for the 2024 Game of the Year Astro? I have not. Astro's the play, what was it, Astro's Playhouse or something like that? What am I missing? How many notes am I missing? I'm missing 3 notes. Okay, that is a bridge, most likely, that I have missed. Probably in summer. I think. Oh, hey. I forgot about this one. I don't know why. I thought I already had all 10. Looks incredible. Nice. I've seen a meme. I thought the it's got to be a bridge in summer. I thought that Astro's the Astro game was super adorable. I really liked it. It feels to me like PlayStation 5's version of Little Big Planet, which I really love. I know that PlayStation 5 has a Little Big Planet, but like how PlayStation 3 was, it feels like that, but 3D instead of more 2D than the original. And that's saying something because I really love Little Big Planet. It was like exclusive detail. New Astro trailer depicts him in the desert to symbolize the drought of the PS5 games. Oh, wow. That's a topical commentary if ever there were one. It's hard, though. I mean, how do you compete when your opponent is snatching up all of the, when one of your opponents is snatching up all of the stuff? I need to get LBP for Little Big Planet's so fun. Oh, I guess I can only be the bee in springtime. Okay. I thought I could be it in summer as well, but I guess not. Okay, 3 notes, though, to me sounds like a bridge in the summer. So that's what I'm going to look at. Little Big Planet was one of my favorites, and it was really cool to see Little Big Planet. I think Little Big Planet 3 had Stephen Fry and Hugh Laurie in it. That was kind of a cool little eye wink, I thought, so... How do you compete with Redfall and Hellblade 2, aka push up on the analog stick the game? Well, yeah, I mean, what I'm getting at is how do you compete with someone who's buying up all of the competition? Hellblade, I will say Hellblade, I don't know about the second one, I haven't really played that one yet much, but the first one is an interesting story because it's the Norse mythology. Basically, you've got the Norse mythology and someone seeing the gods, but then you also have the twist of that she's not mentally dependable either. So it's like, oof, it's kind of an interesting concept when you think about it. If it's not this, then it's got to be autumn, because I didn't see it in winter, and I'm only missing 3. That's where it gets a little frustrating, is finding notes. But it's Schrodinger's. We'll either find them or we won't. But we will. Hold on 1 second. I wish that bees and wasps were only around in the spring. I wish that we didn't even get spring, honestly. Just winter. Just winter's good for me. I don't need any sunlight for my mind. A lot of people's always, you need sunlight. My mind works just fine in the dark. But my wife's does not. She needs sunlight because she's a sun child, and that's okay too. I remember picking those notes up, and I like that it has such memory now to remember what birds I took out, but I don't even remember. Oh, and now Aries gone in all of them. Okay, so I gotta go back and check on them. This is the tedious part of 100%, I guess. I don't think he's got anything up here this time, if I'm not mistaken, but we'll check. I still have 14 Mumbo Skulls, and there are no more transformations in the game. Oh, Random Mark. Hey, how you doing, Random Mark? I hope you're doing wonderfully. Yeah, winter for me. I'm not a sun child. My brain works. Call my brain glow in the dark. It works just fine. But I understand why people's don't. I understand that there's a science between those that are, on average, very chemically balanced, needing sunlight to help regulate it. Obviously, it's good for, like, sleep cycles and stuff, but it's like, otherwise. Speaking of the word recall, have you guys heard about that one Windows feature they're adding that'll take screenshots of your desktop so you can ask the AI for things you've seen? It's called Recall. They should name it to a total invasion of privacy. Yeah. Phones already spy on you anyway, and we're all too lazy to enjoy the convenience too much to voice our concerns. I think a lot of the common people do. I think the people that represent us, depending on your respective forms of government, I feel like that the people that represent us don't, on average, care, because it's more lucrative for them to reap the benefits of being able to use that information later for whatever the purposes might be, legal or otherwise, right? Because it's very, think about this. You work in the, we'll go ahead and use we'll use America right here. There it is. There they are. Yeah, we'll get those notes. Excuse me. At least I know where they are. But you're a member of the FBI, and there's a possibility. It's kind of like Minority Report, if anyone's seen that, with Tom Cruise. But it was like, what happens if? What happens if you have the ability to know that somebody will commit a crime? Then are you allowed to arrest them before they have actually committed the crime or not? And that's kind of the thing with the phones, is like, well, you've heard a lot of conversations that seem like they could potentially come up to criminal activity. Does that give us jurisdiction? I don't think it should, but you understand the utility and the position. Alright, there we go. That's all of the leaves, all of the leaves. I fell in leaves, so I said that Freudian. All of the stuff. All right, we have collected everything. We're going to collect one more. Well, I guess we've collected most of the things that get measured. We're going to collect one more thing. We'll get some honeycombs real quick. That'll do. There we go. The fact is now they're marking as an actual feature is shocking. I thought they were supposed to keep it under wraps. I don't disagree with you, but then what happens if some people become suspicious of the fact that you're trying to keep it under wraps? The best way to hide it is then to advertise it as if it were nothing to be hidden. Oh, you know, what are you gonna do? How are you gonna prove that I'm this or that or the other? Because clearly, why would I hide it if I'm telling you about it? Hidden in plain sight. I know that sounds conspiratorial, but I think we have enough evidence that it's feasible, that it isn't uber conspiratorial. Okay, we're going to go back and we're going to collect the Cheeto books real quick. There are 2. We're going to go into Treasure Trove Cove, pop those codes in, because those are all within the game. And help ourselves a little bit. I should have thought on it before I needed that extra switch. shouldn't have stood still. I know how to dodge those, but anyway. Let's see. I just hope people will turn against this kind of thing. I think that's fair. People have become way too comfortable sharing their information, sharing their private life. Too comfortable disrespecting people online. It's mad. Yeah, I was looking for something, actually. It's funny you say that. I was looking for something. I like to listen to debates online, and I like to listen to everybody debate. I like to hear what debates are there, because I think that the purpose of... So, I like debate, okay? Not to fight, but to learn. I think that me personally, for me, the way that I interpret debate is that debate is intentional. How do I... Oh, that's right. I can take this. For me, debate is the grinding of ideas to against another person's ideas to whittle away what's ridiculous and leave what's left. Leave what's valuable. And when you leave what's valuable, I think, when you leave what's valuable in those, that you end up with... I had to make sure. This isn't just where I came from, is it? It is. Okay, son of a gun. I'm trying to remember. There's something to get up to. Because I want to say Cheeto is up there somewhere. The third one, and then the first one's up by Bubble Gloop Swamp. Anyway. But there was someone who was considered a great debater, and then all of the sudden it was... he was using a lot of ad hominem and all kinds of other tactics that I would consider to be, distasteful. Just, but this was a great debater. He was calling people names and stupid and this and that and the other. And sure, that can be effective at winning a debate by breaking another person's spirit, but it didn't actually accomplish what I would believe to be the reason for debate. Okay, so yeah, that's just there. Which the reason for debate, in my opinion, is just, again, that learning experience. Okay, so that just leads back up. I'm trying to figure out where I went wrong here. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like this guy was debating morality and ethics and religion, and I'm okay with all of that. That's fine. I'm not telling you I have the answers on all of it. What I am saying is, I want to... When I sit down to a debate, I don't like being condescended to and told, well, let me teach you something. This isn't an educational session in that way. You and I are going to talk, and we're going to figure out what about your reasoning doesn't make sense. What about mine doesn't make sense? Where's the truth in between that? But nobody wants to do that anymore. Or at least nobody seems to want to do that anymore. What? I have to remember. We'll go back because I think it fills the other room also, so maybe it's the other room I was confusing with it. That wasn't the correct room. God dang it, I gotta remember. Oh, there it is. That's the one. Let's go ahead and knock the mine out. If you're sitting there wondering what I'm doing, I promise it'll pay off if I can remember. This is the part this is one of the parts I always forget. I just love having a serious conversation with... Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be a bummer or anybody. Like, I have actual opinions, but at the same time, if everybody's here for just the fun, I also respect that. I'm having fun. I like talking about these types of things, but I know for a lot of people that could also be a bummer, so do tell me if that is the case, and I'll happily go into talking about the game, which isn't going to diminish my having fun. It's just going to change how I'm having it. And that's okay, too. It's in here, right? Is this the one? Yeah, there it is. I'm not going to make it, though. Okay. Alright, okay. I remember now. I guess I saw it, but I knew it was in one of these rooms. So I just gotta do that and then surface. Okay. Cheeto book number 3, I think, is the hardest one to get any which way, so I'm not too unhappy that it took me a bit to get it, but sorry about the going in circles. No, this is awesome. I love talking. Well, I appreciate. I'm not saying I won't talk. I was just saying I'll talk about the game or something. I like philosophy. I like to debate. I like to talk about things like religion, and I don't mind talking about things like politics, and I don't care if you agree or disagree with me, because I don't think that your opinion is less than mine because it differs. It's just I have a different belief on things. And one thing you will not hear me call you if this is in the same debate or whatever, it's like, oh, if they are, why wouldn't you? Because I don't know, strength is the power to do something, and the willingness not to, the brain to know not to. I think that would be my definition. There he is. So that one's gold feathers, and then I didn't do the blue eggs one yet. I'll go and get that. So we've collected all the notes. We've got 2 out of 3 Cheeto. We're going to get more Cheeto, of course. I'm going to use the cauldron to do it. I like that. Is this that one rare N60... Hold on, wait a minute, I'm sorry. No talking, please. Is this that one rare N64 game? Which one? Oh, Clay Fighters. Discuss religion of the origin... Oh, I play Clay Fighters. Oh, that would be... Sorry, by the way, I didn't have... speaking of Clay Fighters, I'm sorry I didn't have better information about that. Maybe I'm wrong completely, but I hope you've had greater luck than I did. Yeah. I'm sorry about that. I'll happily play Clay Fighters. I'm not good at it. I wasn't one, but I'm okay about that. I'm okay with not being good at it so long as you're okay. I mean, you've seen me play Mortal Kombat too. And you have graciously chosen to remind me of that. Clay Fighters is decently rare. Sculptor's Cut is decently rare. 63 1/3, I think it is, or whatever. 63 1/2, 63 1/3, whatever the naked gun is. I think that is a little bit less sought after, and so therefore the prices are reasonable. Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, I'm not very good at Mortal Kombat, but I hadn't played it in so long. I need to go back and practice and just get better. 4 I really enjoyed. I think 4 was probably the one I would consider myself to have been best at. Oh, you son of a gun. Oh well, that's fine. Again, that is super handy. When I was playing this for the first or second time, I always thought you had to use eggs on them or whatever, but you don't. Here's a good example. Retro can't stand Japanese people and African Americans. What? That is not an opinion that I hold at all. I do have opinions when it comes to religion, or when it comes to and specific religions too, like. Come on. Come on, Banjo. I just gotta catch that little edge right there. There we go. It's always just that one pixel that gets you. Oh no, you. That's okay. We killed. Oh, good lord, jeez. Okay, now I made it to the shallow end where I can't swim in the water again. That's okay. I accidentally touched the wall. Was why. You cannot touch the wall or you will start taking damage again. But I have health in here. Did I already slam on the ice? Yeah, I did. Okay, so I need to be a little alligator. That's Cheeto number 1 right there. Then we'll go and we'll put the cheats in. And just so you know, if you're sitting there and like, oh, well, you know, I wouldn't put cheats in. These are cheat codes that are intended to be used in the game, which is why they are. You have to find Cheeto to do them. There's supposed to be rewards for finding them, and it also makes things cooler because I know how many Cheeto cheats there are. So because of that, we can really say we did 100% because there are only 3, and we found all. We will have found all 3. I'm going to screenshot your message and send it to his family so you're the suspect and not me. She's got everything figured out. That's funny. Anyway, I like to talk about those things. I don't need to agree with people. I don't need you to agree with me. I don't feel more valid or less valid because you do or don't agree with me. That, like, my self-worth isn't... I'm not trying to sound rude when I say this, but my self-worth isn't... I don't derive my self-worth from what everybody else thinks of me. I derive my self-worth from what I feel like, and I believe in the concept. Let's talk about improvement for a minute. I don't believe in the concept of perfect. I barely believe in the concept of good, but I do believe in the concept very heavily of better. And I believe that success is measured very simply when you can say that you have become better today than you were yesterday, and you have successfully identified what you are today, that you will be better than tomorrow. And so that's kind of how I live my life. Am I better today than I was yesterday? And have I identified today what I could do better to be better tomorrow? Yeah. Me and Retro disagree on a lot of things. We're still good lovers. I mean, friends. I mean... obviously that some of that sentence is a little deep, but I mean, you and I have found things that we disagree on. We found a couple of things we disagree on, and I don't think less. Again, it's silly. I don't think less of you because you disagree, and hopefully you don't think less of me because, I mean, like, that dynamisty is necessary. If we all thought the same thing, then we would all be unnecessary. There would be no reason to live as individual human beings because we would be this collective amorphous blob of who knows what. The same thought, certainly. You're American, and while it's difficult, I don't think... The Retro Room Hive Mind. I recently found an animator that I find funny. That voice that I did just actually reminded me of him. James Lee, I think he calls himself. And art style's very exaggerated-ish. He's not animating, in all honesty. He animates a lot, but he actually is in them, and then he stylizes himself. We all think the same. One of us. Be one of us. And anyway, I thought that was... I don't know. I appreciate that I have such great friends and critics and people who can tell me how to become better. But if somebody tells me randomly I'm a terrible person because they disagree with me, I try to figure out why I upset them. I try to make it right so that they understand it wasn't my intention. But I don't go home at the end of the day thinking I'm a worse person than I was because I will have tried to make everything right. I love being a part of the retro cult. That's funny. Again, I don't want it to be a cult. It's If you're like, oh, that's all a bunch of pseudo intellectual BS, then I'll be quiet. But these are things I actually hold conviction to. Sacrifice the Australian. People already worship me, and it's probably a joke. What do you mean that? Why? God, that's a good. I mean, is it a joke? What if people really do think so highly of you? I'm worshipped too. I'm really famous in England. Alright, that is all of Cheeto. We're not going to go into Bubble Goop Swamp because we can just go back and then we'll go to Treasure Trove Cove. We've got a trivia and the final battle. Not bad. My real name is Michael Caine. That'd be nice. That'd be nice, but I think it's just funny. Well, do you have? What do you have? This is a good question for introspection. What do you offer them that you believe that they believe is worth worshiping? That's an interesting piece. Obviously, those that are unilaterally religious might, disagree with that, but I don't necessarily think that's... I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing. Advice. Good advice. And I'm assuming that it wasn't just that you gave advice, but that your advice came out to be good advice as well, or at least it worked out well, or in their favor, yes? Yeah. So that's worthwhile. I say that's fantastic. You currently sound like you're going to shoot my kneecaps off because I made a joke about your suit while you said it in a diner with Joey Two Chins and Frankie Donatello. Yeah, absolutely. You know what I'm talking about. Joey Two Chins, rather. It always reminds me, when I think of the Mafia thing, I think of the Simpsons one, where it's that, what is this guy? It's Johnny Tight Lips or whatever. Comes in, he's like, how you doing? He's like, who's asking? He's like, how's your mother? Whoa, who says I got a mother? And, then eventually he's like, they're being shot at, and one of his accomplices says, is like, hey, do you see the sniper? And he's Johnny Tight Lips, who's on the guy's side. He's like, I see a lot of things. Finally, Johnny Tight Lips gets shot, and it's like, Johnny Tight Lips gets shot, and they're like, where'd he shoot you? And he's like, I ain't saying nothing. And he's like, but what do I tell the doctor? He's like, tell the doctor to go suck a lemon. And he's so tight-lipped to his own detriment, even. I love that one. As I said, Retro the Mafia boss, just do a faux New York accent. Absolutely. I'm make them a deal that they can't refuse. Gonna make them an offer they can't refuse. I regret abandoning my goofy comedy videos on here, man. I love those, and I really do want them to come back, but I want you to do what you're happy with too. So if that doesn't, then don't. Obviously, do what's gonna make you happy. But yeah. So now we've got a little bit of tedium. We got some codes to put in. B. L. I believe we can use the same letter over though. U. E. E. G. G, and then S, wherever the heck that is. There it is. Nice. Type Alucard, you'll have to get... You're only getting aluminum That says aluminum. I was going to say aluminium, but yeah. I had a bid for you to do a voice in Mafia 3. I would do that. That's what I'm saying. You should. You should. I would still love to do it. If you, like I said, if you decide to do it, though, I would do it in a heartbeat. Alright. D. I'm not particularly funny, so I don't. You know, if I'm given a good script, I think I can put the. I think I can put what if you're giving direction. I think I could probably put something good there, but I'm not a particular. I don't think I'm a particularly funny person. So. The only accents I can do are various accents of my country and Scottish. I mean, Scottish is a great one to have though in your belt. I can do a couple, but where's the L? I gotta remember. Well, this is the tedium, because I can never remember where the letters are. A. H. E. R. S. There we go. They're real stingy with the gold feathers because it's invulnerability, of course, but yeah. There we go. Smell my name. I actually appear in the game as a boss. Smells like he's telling the truth. No, you're good. Irish just sounds like you're drunk and Welsh sounds like you're spitting all over the walls. It can. I don't know. I would say, I mean, Welsh, the language, can definitely sound that way. But I was going to say, I could say, okay, I didn't think it was gonna work. He said he took a bite, but I didn't take any damage, so I know it worked on the orange ones, but I'd never tried it on Snacker, so I figured why not. I got my save file deleted this way. When I was 6, this game. Wait a minute. I was 6 when this game. Wait a minute. What am I missing? I'm missing something. Actually, we're not all dinosaurs like Retro. Oh, well, yeah, I'm a little older. I'm not ancient, but I'm a little older for sure. I was indeed not 6 when this game came out, though, I will say that. I was older. You got your save file to... Oh! Yeah, what? Yeah, hold on, wait. It's by using the... So those cheats are all good, but if you start going in and using the unauthorized cheat... Yeah, 98. Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't 8. That one I can... Or I wasn't 6, rather. 1998, I wasn't 6. I was gonna say 1996, I wasn't 8. Both of those are true. But either way. Yeah, if you put in the illegal codes, basically, then Grunty will, or not Grunty, Bottles will just flat delete your save. This is quicker now. Was it? Yeah, I think Bottles is the one that. Maybe you're right. Maybe it's Grunty, but I'm pretty sure it's Bottles. That's like. That says he'll delete it. Maybe you're right though. Maybe it's Grunty. I can't remember. But either way, Bottles is an alcoholic. Yeah, it has nothing. Yeah, I was gonna say. I think originally it was because of something with the goggles, but yeah. Yeah, maybe that's right. Maybe that's right. Bottles beats... I don't think so. She seems to really love the... I mean, in Banjo-Tooie, she seems to really be sad that he dies. I'm sorry, spoiler, but like, if we're to be fair, that game is 24 years old. She pretends to be sad. I can use these, why not? I was gonna say, it's not like I'm gonna run out. I'll have more stuff coming up because I've done the 100% part, so. The next part is the quiz. And there is a chance that I will take some deaths here, and I'll explain why in a minute. I'll delete your file, and then she went, nah, she won't. She's like, I'm gonna delete your file, and I went, nah, she won't do it, and then she did it. I like the way, I know what's wrong with it, ain't got no gas in it. This is kind of that way that I read that. Sorry about that. That wasn't the intention. Alright, so here's the Furnace Fun trivia. I honestly don't mind it. I do have to turn the sound up a little bit for this, because some of them are sound cues they'll ask you to listen for, or sounds. Okay. But I am going to explain why I can take some deaths here in a minute, and why this could potentially be either the hardest or the penultimate part of that. I'm glad my tone of voice. I don't know if that was is that how it was intended, because I think that's how I felt like it. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna come back here. We're gonna wake him up. He's gonna be that color. Oh, good, okay. Yeah, you do a good job of being able to get your tone through. Honestly, it's not me, it's you. It's not me as being able to read it. It's you writing it well. So there are Gruntilda squares. Those are going to take some health from me because they can be a random 3 things. All of the questions that can be asked on them can be any combination of 3 things. And I have not... You've probably noticed that the fairy that I ran into like once or twice, I never talked to her. She tells you which one it is on this playthrough. So I might take some lives there. There are also skeleton squares that you'll see up at the top. There, you have to go through at least 3 of them, I think, maybe even 4. They immediately kill you. There is a cheat, technically, but I haven't perfected it on getting to cheat the board. But that having been said... It's not me, it's you. Sorry about that. But the problem is, if you get the question wrong on the skeleton square, then it throws you into the lava, automatic death. And a skeleton square can be a grunty question. So I have to be able to guess the grunty question, of which I have a 33% chance, 33% chance of getting any of them right anyway. For Zizi's Cloud, how many jigsaw has he got? He has, Yeah, he gives me 1 for each race, and he gives me 1 for... He throws up 1. Ooh, I actually was having trouble there. Without a fight, okay. This one's a picture. And it's just asking where I've been. A hole in the wall. Good God. That looks like Grunty's lair, but I'm gonna say Click Clock Wood. I guess always go with your first instinct, right? That's inside Clinker. So this is the... we're gonna avoid the grunty one. And we're gonna pick up those jokers too. Those come in handy. Termites. I didn't mind this. A lot of people had a problem with it, but I didn't mind it. I got a sound one. Be inside Mumbo's skull. So I like this kind of stuff. I like the little trivia pieces. Yep, inside the shaman's head. Inside the shaman's skull. I mean, I don't know what the difference... Well, whatever. Okay, we'll take this Joker one. And Jokers let you skip one. Okay, so I don't know. I'm going to say loogie flicking. Okay, so I can't actually get the Joker because of that. So then they have a chance to be a her thing too. So yep, yeah, I've been as I say, yeah. Some of it's like yeah, I've been Bubble Goop Swamp. The grunty ones are the most brutal for sure, and if they end up on a death square, I'm in trouble. The odds are 94, but 78. I said the odds are 94, the odds are between, but... An organ. In hour one of the game, which, yeah, I know. It's crazy. Oh, and then you have a time one, too. These timed ones, so check this out. Oh, no! Well, luckily at this point in the game, I know... I say, at least at this point in the game, I have the ability to use the fast shoes. Also, I'm thankful that I miss sometimes. So there just weren't any. You can't have that one, it's mine. You jerk. Uh-oh, that one's gonna make me sick. You can have that one, I'll take this one. Switch. I also try to time the switches really well. Okay, I cleaned up shop, sorry. It's because it's just... Yeah, okay, cool. I can also just take this health and then also go that way if I want. I don't want to, but this won't kill me. No, I gotta take one anyway. Okay, apart from doing stupid rhymes, what's another of my pastimes? I'm gonna say this one. It can be any one of those. So all of these are technically true. But it's just which one is which. This playthrough. Okay, so flying radio control bat is the answer to that one. I'm going to assume setting on the broomstick. So polishing the crystal ball. Good lord. There we go. I didn't get any of the Brintilda stuff, so I'm in trouble. Okay, so this... I'm in trouble if this is a grunty question. I'm gonna assume... Let's see. Usually it's baked beans or rancid milk. Okay. Again, I have to... I'm playing in accordance with the rules here. Well, shoot. I'll play this one to get the health. Skull and Crossbone. Oh, no, the other ones. 1881. The one, yeah. I'll take that back. Back in Clanker's stomach. I'm good with this. I don't mind this part, but it can really slow things down if you don't know the grunty stuff. But playing it over the course of several weeks, I don't know if I would know which. I'm going to put myself on this corner facing this way because it can throw me over there. Oh, and that's a grunty question. So when I said take a death, that's what I meant. There we go. Oh, shoot, what is his name? Trunker. One. Luckily I have a decent memory. That's Clanker's voice. She really liked Clanker, I guess. I don't know. And Cranky Kong was in there. That's funny. Yeah, let's see if I can get a Joker this time. He's the blue one, isn't he? Alright, that gives me a Joker card, so now I've got an idea. Now I could possibly make it a little bit better. Yeah, kind of. Good lord. Goey's Valley. I have 2 Joker cards. I don't even know how I got that. The creaky, yeah, the floorboards. Okay, what do I have to do? So this is what we were talking about when you're talking about all over the place. I. O. O. Z. A. Where's the K? K. O. J. N. A. Where's the B? Poor dyslexic people, yeah. No, I couldn't find it. Couldn't find the single K. Okay, I think I'm gonna skip some death squares to find a Joker and be okay, maybe. How many death squares are up there? I think we're alright. I like a cuddle and a fight. What do I take to bed at night? I'll say a teddy bear. Oh, well. Quite a mess. What do I hide under my dress? This. Hey! Okay, I was able to skip it that time. Okay, I'm trying to figure out how I want to do this. Another Joker over that way I could take. Oh, wait. Where do I get my delightful clothes? Again, any of these could be right, so I got no idea. Ripper. I don't know. Then Big Naka. Cool. I have no idea what that means. Horror, why did they put me there? I'm in Clanker's Cavern. Yeah, I don't know. I like the music and the visual ones. Okay, that was a little trapped guy. Little trapped dolphin. Snorkel. Oh, yeah. Oh, Saggy Maggie. No. Alright, another time test. Oh, shoot. It's the matchy one. Actually, if I remember... Oh, they're completely different. Well, dang. I started to figure it out. That didn't hit. It is it, never mind. Can't remember if it's this one or that one. Okay. I missed the first one by 1 second. That one I actually got perfect. I did remember it. I got a decent memory when I think... Thank you. I don't know. It wasn't quite first try, but it was at least the... I did do it in one, thankfully, so... So here's the question. Yeah, I'm gonna go for a joker. Okay, that's the triple M. Yep. One of my favorites. Actually, my favorite. I believe it's 312111. Those are Clanker's teeth. Yeah, I know. So, what color undies do I wear? Oof. Streaky brown. Always pick the worst sounding one first. Stop that stare. What color undies do I wear? So now it's either purple or it's yellow. I'm gonna say sweaty yellow. So it's spotty purple. Bunny like to sleep? Okay, we did know that from the last time, so we're good there. We get 2 health for that, which is why it was worth it. There's another very suggestive quiz thing. It was like, I should go to sleep now. No worries, no worries. You have a good night. I appreciate you for coming in, and as always, it's always fun to talk with you, so thank you so very much. In Click Clock Woods, I've no doubt. In which season is there a drought? Summer? That's silly. I mean, I'm sorry, that was just flat silly. I had a trick. How many pyramids? 4, right? Yeah, I know. It's about that ridiculous. Treasure Trove Cove, that's under the crow's nest. I really wish I was thinner. What does Granny like for dinner? Maggot pie. Oh, cool. Treasure Trove within the game. What is the leaking bucket's name? Leaky. Mr. Sieve. I love that. Extra. Skip. Yep, that's Gobi's Valley. You just sent me there a minute ago. Which world's it from? Yeah. Rusty Bucket Bay. No, that isn't. That's Clanker's Cavern. Good lord. Oh. Okay, that gives me 3. So now, I think I'm going to answer this one. See it flow. What was it washed with? Did you know? We know it is not baked beans, rancid milk. Cool. Listen carefully to this. Which world's it from? Okay. That's Bubble Gloop Swamp. Bubblegum Mountain. We have another timed one. I'm fine with this. The memory ones I don't usually have too much of an issue with, thankfully, but The one that's true is what you seek. Okay. 5 giant ice cubes, there are 5 snowmen, there are 5 bear, features 5 bears. Technically that's true, the 3 kids plus me plus Boggy. And that's why we get the jokers. Nice. So this actually is going to run for a second, and it's going to run like fake credits and such. I'm going to go and take a quick lavatory break. Please excuse me. Alright, I'm back. Banjo should be in KI. Oh, that would be super cool. To get like a hyper realistic version of him. Hyper stylized realistic version would be awesome. These questions are easy. Banjo, what color are your shorts? Banjo, I'm big ball. Oof. I love in these that they gave all of these guys like the random. It's like, oh, here, you know, big cheeses. Well, who are these? I got a beverage as well. And they all gave him like nicknames to the characters. Oh yeah, I would love to have Banjo and Killer Instant. That'd be awesome. Let's see. I don't think any of these actual little middle names are real, by the way. I never realized that the other part, that the Microsoft part got their own even. I like that. Helpful ideas. He did all right. This is the Brentilda that I never really talked to. That should have been giving me the Gruntilda answers. But I didn't. I never asked her for them. Cat herders. Good lord. And we got Tip Top, who we also got to see with Banjo in Diddy Kong Racing, which I think is really cool that they did that. They had Banjo, they had Diddy in Diddy Kong Racing. Tip Top was in that. But he actually was like, hey, I'm Tip Top. He didn't sound like I do, but I can't do the voice right now. He's kind of an adorable character. He's going for a minute, so I apologize. I don't think I can skip. Can I skip him on this one? No, I cannot. Oh yeah, I can. You just have to hit all the buttons together. Oh well. So they put you in the false credits, and then they make it so you have to go back to this. And we did it on game 2. So there we are at 9 hours 55, 98. 98 jigsaws, 900 notes. Where are we missing a jigsaw from? 900 notes is correct. We're missing 2 from Grunty's lair. I know where one of them is. Oh, you know what? I know what we're missing. I never went and picked up the ones from the Rusty Bucket Bay or Click Clock Woods Witch Switch, so let me go grab those real quick. We will take the purple cauldron. I was gonna say there are 100 jiggies, but that's all right. Or is that other person that wanted to say it to increase engagement or whatever? Giggies, but they are jiggies. They're jigsaw pieces. There we go. I might try it. My first video. I love Mortal Kombat. It was weird to see combat spelled correctly. With the yeah. Yeah. Yeah, well, I was gonna say you're probably spot on, but it threw me off when I was reading it because I know the word combat's correct, but it threw me off to read those two words together with the C. Anyway. I need to get my drink. It's a little scratchy. I remember. Let's see. I know I didn't get the Click Clock Woods one, so let me go get that one first. And then I can't remember, because as I say, I think I did actually get the one for Rusty Bucket Bay. Because that would have been how I got to the other... Let me see. Okay. Not one in the eye. I gotta remember which... I know the Click Clock Woods one I haven't gotten yet. I just gotta double check and see. Oh. Wrong way. I just have to remember... I also wonder how that's working with an open door. I have to remember how the... which one I might have missed here. Okay, so I got that one. Got that one. I gotta go back and retrace my steps because there are 10 of them here too, and if I was dumb and didn't pick one of them up that I was supposed to have, then I have to retrace it, which luckily there are only 10. And so like this one right here is obviously picked up. I do wish it would tell me which one in the Grundy's lair wasn't picked up, but oh well. Well, so I probably will not stream, yeah, that one's good. Probably will not stream next weekend because I have to get ready for travel and all of that good stuff, for work, which I'll be out of town that whole week. And then I'm wondering what to put up to poll, and if you have any ideas, I would love to hear them because I have a few, but I don't know what people want to see. I'm not sure what people want to see. That's the thing. I like retro, so retro is fun. I'm not going to be an expert at every game, obviously, but I'm always happy to play games that I've not played in a while, or try new games that I've never played, and especially if they're retro. So, okay, the Bubble Swamp one is good. Okay, that would have been the one for Gobi's Valley. We'll take a quick peek and see about the one in... We'll take a quick peek and see about the one here, which I'm pretty darn sure I got, but I'll double check anyway. But do you have a question is, do you have a recommendation? Do you have one that you would like to see, that you're super interested in or otherwise? Okay. The one in the eye is from Mad Monster Mansion, and the eye is broken out. That tells me I did get that one. Because if not, I've got to go back and I've got to check all the witch switches again. Oh, that one's good. The Rusty Bucket Bay one is good, so what one did I miss? I might have to look up a checklist. I didn't keep one. I might have to look one up. The only one that I don't remember... if I grabbed or not was the Clanker's Cavern one. But I guess what would you potentially want to see? What's something you might be interested in seeing played? Yeah, see, I know I got that one for sure. Let me count something really quickly, because I think I might be being silly. Probably. That one's on the outside. That's one. I think it's just Click Clock Wood, and I think there's one by the podium, actually, so we'll just see. We'll just see what happens. There we go. There we go. Or is there another question I guess I have, is there an era that you're looking for that might that I might be able to play? Is it, I mean, I wouldn't mind playing Diddy Kong Racing and Snowboard Kids and all that kind of stuff again, but there's not a lot of story to it. I mean, there kind of is, but ultimately in Diddy Kong Racing, it's, hey, did you beat him in this race? Hey, you're trying to get to Whizpig. You know, that kind of stuff. Which is cool, but at the same time, I don't know if that's something super interesting. Or for Super Nintendo, if you have one. You know. Those are some things that I had thought about maybe doing. But again, I don't know. I will have fun with any of them. I want them to also be entertaining to watch. I'm not one of those that, you know, obviously it's like, oh, Fortnite and this, and I'll be like, oh, I don't think I'd have fun with that. But like, if it's like, hey, are you interested in playing, you know, Diddy Kong Racing and doing the races of it? All right, well, do you want to watch me race around for a while? And then you say, well, no. I'll be like, okay, well then I probably won't do that one on screen. Then I'll probably play that one off. And also, I'm using this to get the Click Clock Woods one because I forgot to do that. So, but I don't know. Other than that, I'm not sure. I've got every console. I've got to get going and enjoy the stream. As always, speak to you soon. Have a good one. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, it's always fun to talk with you, man. We'll talk to you soon. Let's see. So if this works the way I believe it does, I can do this. I can go ahead and grab this, and then this guy up here will be 9 on 10. It looked like I was about to get hit by that, but so... And then we're going to walk back towards the game show. And I think there's a Jiggy up there, but now we can actually... Once we hop here, we can actually traverse the whole board freely, but we can't... oh, shoot, I didn't mean to do that. But I do believe we can now fall off and get hit by fireballs and stuff like that, so... And I need to see if all of the Jiggies are there or not. Because if the last Jiggy's not here, I'm going to go back and find it first. I said 100%, dang it. Okay, he just keeps me from having to traverse the whole thing. So we will grab that extra life. And we started over, so they didn't give us the whole... But we did get all the notes, so we qualify to open all the note doors. This is the room in the game over sequence. It doesn't do anything, but it's kind of cool to see where it is. And then we're going to go ahead and open this. We have more than plenty. And we'll go ahead and open these bonus note doors. And you can see how close they got. Like this one here, 880. You had to find all but 20 notes of the game, and you need to have 4 Jiggies for this. But I am going to be a man of my word and figure out which one I've missed. Okay. So now we go in here, and that leaves us 1, but we should have 2, so I'm gonna go get the other one. Now I have double the hits. I actually can take 16 hits. That's a whopping amount. And with Grunty's fight, it's very possible that you'll just fall out of the map in several of them, so just as a side note, that does not offer me a ton of safety. Okay, so we're going to take a look and we're going to see which one I missed. Best guess, you're missing Gobi's Valley or Rusty Bucket Bay Lair Jiggy. That's what I was thinking too. Or Clanker's Cavern. I know that I hit the switch, or I thought I hit the switch on all of them. You're pretty grumpy, right? Oh, don't worry about being late. That's not a problem. You need to be where you are, where you need to be. That's your business. I'm not going to cause you a problem about that. Well, why grumpy though? If you don't mind my asking. Whoa. Or two, then, yeah. No, I can understand. I mean, as you can hear from my voice, I can definitely understand, so, the frustration, so, yeah, I understand. But at the same time, so long as, hopefully you're feeling, you know, hopefully you're sitting somewhere comfortable, sipping hot tea. I'm coming over, or I'm getting, over not feeling well. I don't get sick very often, but when I do, it's pretty rough, so. Okay, that witch switch is depressed, so we're good there. Okay. A little sick is another bad for me. How do you mean? When you say that, I'm curious as to how exactly you mean. You have another condition that makes it... Gobies Valley. I checked to see about the Rusty Bucket Bay one. I'm fairly certain I got the Gobies Valley one. Rusty Bucket Bay, we'll check the switch to see if it's been depressed. We can know. Rusty Bucket Bay, we can't really know unless we go and check and see if the switch is depressed. Gobies Valley, the sarcophagus won't be open unless it is. So we can take a look at that. Alright, we'll take a peek. So the sarcophagus is open, which means that one we do have. Oh, well, I'm sorry about that. That definitely does make things worse. Yeah, I hope you're feeling at least a little bit better from the first time around. Yeah, honestly, the ones I know it's not. I know it's not the Frizzizi Peak one. I did double check that one already. It's not Bubble Gloop Swamp because Grunty's hat is already burst. I know it's not Mad Monster Mansion because Grunty's eye is already done, and I know it's not Click Clock Woods because I just got it. So it's either got to be Rusty Bucket Bay or Clanker's Cavern. Because Mumbo's Mountain I don't think has one, it's just the jiggy you get on the outside anyway. Didn't think we'd be coming back here. Ha ha ha. Maybe in my dying, the switch depressed itself, let's say. Luckily I know where the switch is. Nope, it has been depressed, and I have to go there to get the third water switch, so I know that this one has now been collected also. If I was to ask you, paid attention. Yeah, I pushed that one, thank you. So that one just appears, that one just appears on the little platform, doesn't it? I'm just trying to think of where else that one would go. But I'm pretty sure that one just appears on the... Oh, sure. Yeah, If you had the choice between be sick or play the Rusty Bucket Bay, I imagine that the latter is definitely preferable to the former. What if I didn't grab the one from... Could I have been so silly as to not grab the one from Mumbo's Mountain? Is that one that I've just taken for granted at this point? There is a witch switch in Mumbo's Mountain. I do remember that. I said I didn't think there was, and then I was like, yeah, there is. There's one that's got the... over by Chimpy. So did I just take that one for granted, and move on? Because I don't think I grabbed it. I'm positive, in fact, I didn't come out as a termite. Yep. Ha ha ha. No problem. I had gotten too comfortable, and I took a Jiggy as granted. Can't have that. There we go. I do wonder if playing games not too compulsively, of course, is not a good thing to do while having a cold. It's just better to be in bed and watch TV and surely with warm tea. I think it depends on the sickness you have. For me personally, yeah, I know. I sometimes when something gets easy, it's one of those where it's like, I just think I'm automatically granted it instead of going and getting it. I know. What a doofus am I. That having been said, I don't know. I think that it's an appropriate distraction for me. If I'm feeling like if I've got body aches to the point of not being able to move, no. But if I want to occupy myself, I will happily play video. I played when I was sick. I played The Forgotten City, and I love that game. There we go. Alright, now it's just the fight. Oh, man of my word. But I played The Forgotten City on Xbox, and my goodness, I like that game. I cannot recommend that game enough. If you get a chance to play The Forgotten City, please do. It is a ton of fun. It's got mystery, it's got story. I mean, all of it is just fun and good. Forgotten Sands might be my least favorite Prince of no. It isn't, because they've made the new ones. Oh no, Forgotten Sands is the new one. Yeah, no, never mind. That might be my least favorite. It's not bad, it's just not my favorite. No, you know what? Prince of Persia. Just the one Prince of Persia. Not the first one, but just the... It does. It has a new one. That would be the 6th entry, though. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it definitely does. That would be the 6th. Well, into the mainstream, it would be the 6th entry. Total, it would be the 8th. No, 9th entry. No, it'd be the 8th. But yeah, I like the original one. Obviously, I like the 2D ones, and then I really liked the 3, the trilogy with Warrior Within and Two Thrones. I thought those were good. So, I haven't played the newest one yet. I don't have the critique for it yet, but I really liked Warrior Within, and I really liked Two Thrones. Two Thrones was my absolute favorite, in fact. of between those. I need you to count first game, second game, 3D, Sands of Time, Warrior Within, Two Thrones, Forgotten Sands, POP Reboot, and the Metroidvania. Wait. Let's see. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. So, no, 9. Yeah, I was right. 9. No, I'm not. 10. Rival Swords. So 10. That'd be the 10th entry. Good lord, you're right. Now, I'm not counting any of the, mobile ones. That doesn't count to me. Too good for that. No, I just don't count the mobile games all that much. All right. I got a question for you, Viddy. Ash had asked a question, and I don't know if he had gone to think on it, and whichever works. But actually, you know what I'm going to do? I don't think I'll need it, but why not? Ash asked a question about what I would be playing after we finish Banjo-Kazooie. I probably will not be live next week because I have to travel for work. I'll be in Dallas, Texas. But I am curious, what is something that you might think would be fun to watch? I want to play something that I have fun with or that I've never tried before. And obviously for me, retro is better than new, but I will always be happy to play suggestions if they're considered to be good. And I know you've suggested a couple of new games to the stream generally. I don't know if they were suggestions to play on stream, but I know in general. Like Another Crab's Treasure. All right. Not sure. I'll admit, I did start with Dark Souls 2 my first time recently for a specific reason. That's No, I mean, it's always good to have any suggestion. I mean, worst comes to worst, I put everything up on a poll and see what everybody wants to see out of a selection of 5 or 10 games. 4 or 5 games, not 5 or 10. But I think that's something that could be done, but your suggestion would be super welcome. There we go. Let's see if we can do this first time. This is not an easy fight, so maybe not, but we'll try. But odds are I can try. I thought about that. I just didn't know if everybody was going to be interested in seeing a bunch of races, like me racing around in circles, but if you like the idea of that, I'll happily put that up there then. I have to remember the pattern. Okay, she didn't start with these, but she doesn't start with spells. She starts with this. There we go. And a spell. It's a good question, but if she treats it as poorly as she treats everything else. 2 free of my 16 hits. I'll try. I need as many of those as I can for the Jinjo piece. Excuse me. Oh yeah, I agree. Splash damage. Yeah, you'd asked me what I wanted to do when you were... Yeah, welcome back, by the way. Yeah, you had asked me what I was going to do when done with Banjo, and I said, what do you think might be a good suggestion? Good Lord. And I made a couple of suggestions myself, but I didn't know if any of those would be... I'm just curious as to what people might find interesting. I enjoy games of any kind. Retro, something, this, that. I mean, I'm good, so... Okay, so this part's always a little tricky for me. There we go. I was too close. I needed to... maybe I should stay close, actually. Whoops, that was not what I intended. I just missed. I have to be careful there, because if I accidentally hit the top of the castle, that's the end of that. But I also don't know why that one didn't hit her. There we go. Dang it. I was hoping to go a little lower. Sorry, I am hyper-focused. Hold on 1 second. I gotta see. Sorry. So Viddy, how's the stream? I did say hey, but I was ignored, and I told no, you were never told. I would never tell you that. I may miss your comment. I apologize if that happens, but I would never tell you weren't welcome. Stream was fun in the end. No, you're awesome. But anyway, no, Ash, I was wondering, what are some games that you think might be interesting to watch, or do you think that people would have fun watching? Or games that you might feel nostalgic about that you want to see played again? Yeah, get back down to the ground. And now it's just dodging these, and the homing on them is better than they were in the 64, but it's not perfect, but it's definitely better. This is where I'll probably sponge up some hits. Actually, the big statue is probably where I'll sponge up the most hits, though, if I'm honest. She doesn't break from getting hit either, or that much. All right, there we go. Good Lord. All right, the Gingernator. Okay, used to this statue could block her spells. This is what I'm talking about, those sponging up the hits. There we go. Good Lord. Oh. We're going to even a Banjo pig. Now for the 101. I don't think there's 101% on this. If there was, I would do it. Judgment Day, the Rise of the Bear. Gotta give it to her. She did take these hits like a champ until she didn't. I was super worried originally because I think I had gotten like 1 health, and when she threw that I thought it was going to be a desperation attack that would take me out, and luckily it was just overshot, so I was like, oh. Yeah, even call the Banjo a pig? Yeah. Hey there, God of Pizza, how are you doing? I'm doing alright. Not too bad. You caught the very tail end. We just passed the 100% completion. We'll double check our stats to make sure that we're 100% on everything, but yeah. Grant Kirkhope said that on this lady here they had to give her melons to carry because Nintendo wasn't a fan of her large chest being out for everyone to see. I would have been here earlier, but I was streaming on Twitch right now. Oh, that's alright, no worries. There's not, again, no guilt whether you can or can't. We're just saying I'm sorry that we missed you. No worries. He's adorable. And then we get another cast list. But this one doesn't have the other one, it's just the actual cast list. So, just so while this is going, Paul, and Collywobble's the cauliflower, my favorite name of that. And those are just quarry, they just sit there, I like them. Gruntling. You get a whole nice little cast list. Well, there's it. Okay, fair enough. Grublin, I like that. And if I don't have these memorized the same way as I do DKC3, you know. So Diddy Kong Racing, it will be on the list. Then I think I will put that there. And then if you guys have any additional thoughts on it, please do let me know, and I'll add some others. Like I said, I love retro, but I can play newer ones. Retro is always my preference, but something that you think that would be fun to play and to participate in conversation around. Just because I think that's the idea of the channel, is to have fun. So, you know, if it's not a game I would enjoy, then it would be like, no. But I doubt very highly that's the case. The Muty Snippet. Whiplash, okay. Of course, Croctus. This definitely feels very, very close to the DKC3, DKC cast calls. Groggy. Soggy. What's the other one? Muggy? Moggy, actually. I was close. That's an adorable little light. He's still having the allergy problems. I didn't realize they actually gave him shadow. Slappy, or Slappa, rather. Mum. Yeah, I don't remember all the names of these guys. Tumblr, yeah. I know, they're great. Portrait Champa, which makes sense. But it feels a little Donkey Kong Country-esque too, which makes sense, of course. A Teehee. Which makes sense, of course, because it's the same team, but like a Limbo, that's pretty funny. Ripper, alright. Nibbly, oh, those are cute. boombox, which we knew that because of that silly fight you have to do. And boss boombox, which is the one I was talking about, yeah. I still think that Weldar is a better boss. BRB with a cup of tea? Sure. Flotsam. Chump. Nice. And a snare bear. That's a clever name. I didn't realize that. Grublin Hood. So they're little of the same Grublins. That's pretty cool. I didn't realize that they were all together. Now we have a friendly Cheeto. And we're back. And we found all 3 Cheetos because that was part of it. Oh, there's Mumbo. Yes, we did. And it may show stop and swap, but it does not. Okay. But stop and swap's not actually allowed in this particular version that I was playing. I tried and went out to go see it, and it was all closed off. Yeah, this kettle is boiling. Nice, alright. I don't think that quite worked out that way. Oh, okay, so now it's wanting us to... Okay. So it wants us to go find the stop and swap eggs now. That the game is passed with 100 jiggies. That's interesting. Okay, this is the Frazisi Peak one. And it's also the ice key in there. Oops, sorry. Okay. Goldie's Valley. So I'm wondering now if they've made it so you have to get the 100 jiggies to let all this come in for the stop and swap. There's an egg in there. I wish so too. I'm sorry that it doesn't work that way. And there's Captain Blubber. I like the stars are incredibly well spaced this night. A race sequel? That would be really cool. So I'm not sure, I don't, like that game over piece, saying game over feels like a loss, right? That feels weird. Real quick, I just want to check. We're going to check our totals, and then we'll check and see if the stop and swap game all of a sudden becomes unlocked because of it. So here we are. 900 notes, that is the total number of notes. We have 2 jiggies, but that's because we used all of them. 10 out of 10 on Gruntilda's Lair. 10, 10, 2. So we're looking for 100, 110, 10, 2, 2. 100, 110, 10, 2, 2. Well, it does indeed. Now, usually it had the swap and the stop and swap stuff, but it doesn't look like it has that anymore on here, so I'm not sure why. Oh, and we can see the things there. So let's just see for the fun of it if they've only just now unlocked the stop and swap stuff as a byproduct of collecting all of the jiggies of the game. Because I did go out and actually check for it, and it was not there the last time I checked. You couldn't. The island was not raised up or any of that. So let's see if they did raise the island up so that you could see the stop and swap stuff. There we go. This one's the easiest one to check. Of course, we can check all of them, but and if this one is, I probably will because it doesn't take very long. But no, you can see that is still very clearly right exactly where it is. I don't know if maybe you have to do something to get him to... Do I have to kill Snacker once for that to happen? Does that raise the island up at all? I don't know. Doesn't seem to. It looks like the stop and swap stuff is... Yeah, it doesn't look like the stop and swap stuff is here on this one, so... Alright, but we did do our 100%, so we can see everything, and we can see that we tried to do the stop and swap stuff too, and that didn't do it, but oh well. Yeah. So, I better be off. I've got a call. Be well, Retro and everybody. I really mean well. You get to feeling better as well, and I hope your day is great. I think we've successfully did 100%. I think we're done. So I'm going to go ahead and hop over to the next screen, actually. I do want to say... thank you to everybody for popping out and seeing this. I appreciate it that it was... you guys came out and seen me. A big thank you to God of Pizza and Pastor Lee and Viddy for popping out. Ash, Maggie, Random Mark, all of you for popping out, saying hi and talking with me about all kinds of different things. I always really do appreciate it and enjoy it. We did get our 100% out of it, 100% of everything. So that's 900 notes, that's 100 jigsaw pieces, and that's all of the empty honeycomb pieces from the entirety of the game. We were able to verify that there, so that's 100%, plus we passed the game, finishing the final boss fight. So this is all there is to it. Now, what I would like to do is I probably will not be streaming next week. as I have to be getting ready to travel, and it's going to take me a little bit of time. So what I might ask is that in the interim, what would you like to see me play? What's something that might bring back nostalgia to see played and commentate on? I don't have to have played it before. Just something you enjoy, something that you have fun with, that you think I might also enjoy, and that we potentially can enjoy together as a group. I'd be very appreciative of that. I will put a poll up between here and the next stream, so we can kind of go over the narrowing of the options. I also want to say again, if I'm not your speed, or if this was exactly your speed, there are channels down below that are everything from different to a different flavor of the same that I would highly recommend checking out. You have Viddy's gaming videos and Viddy plays, Let's Play content, as well as well-made scripted, fun, critical, and otherwise types of content that I find very refreshing, well worth taking a look at. We also have Ash for updated stuff, or stuff that's to come. I highly recommend checking him out and keeping appraised of what's going on as he announces his new stuff as it comes, you know. Then we have Thumb Bros, who's on here, and a big thank you to you, Thumb, as well, for being on here. Thumb does a lot of great stuff with speedrunning and fast commentary, Let's Play, Let's Learn, and also actual speedruns, competitions, and such. I highly recommend checking that out. We also have Omega Ace Gaming, who plays just what he feels like, what's fun, what's good, and I love that. I definitely recommend checking him out as well. And then, of course, my lovely wife Anna, or the Siren Ivy. She can be found sporadically on Twitch, playing games that make her feel good and make her happy, and doing things that make her happy, and hopefully her conversation and being happy will be contagious, and you will be happy as well. Other than that, I hope that you guys will have a wonderful week, to say the least, and that it may be a little bit of time since we get to see, or until we get to see each other next. And so I hope that you have a wonderful time. I hope everything goes well for you. Please feel free to reach out in the Discord if you like to talk or want to share something that really made you happy, made you feel good. Otherwise, we will see you guys next time.